Good Kid is an indie rock band based in Toronto, Canada, consisting of guitarists David Wood, Jacob Stefantinos, bassist Michael Kozakov, drummer John Kirilek, and vocalist Nick Frost, and this video essay will document the band's beginning and current events. David and Jacob release a few songs under their first public band, Streets Ahead, the name being a reference to the show Community.
Streets Ahead is verbal wildfire.
Not much else is known about the band, but you can find some of their old songs on YouTube. Give them a listen if you have the chance, but the main focus here is their song, You Were Good, Kid, Real Good, which would later inspire the name for their next band. Between 2013 and 2015, the members of Good Kid met each other while attending the University of Toronto, and Nick, David, and Jacob would write their first song together as a band, originally written for a girl Jacob liked for when she visited him. On October 13th, 2015, they released their first song, Nomu, which would set them up for a decade of touring and making songs. And between 2016 and 2018, they kept putting out music until the release of their first self-titled EP titled Good Kid, which had the songs Nomu, Tell Me You Know, Alchemist, Witches, Faster, and Atlas. In 2020, they released their second EP, Good Kid 2, which had tracks such as Down with the King, Everything Everything, Slingshot, Pox, Aloe Light, and Drifting. This was also around when the big cough happened, so while everyone was staying inside, they made a Discord server and gained a decent-sized community through that. And another way they promoted the release of this EP was to release a browser game that's like that one dinosaur game, except it actually has an end. In 2021, they gained more relevance from popular Fortnite streamers, especially FaZe Clan, playing their music in the background of their streams, due to them letting their music be DMCA free, which eventually led to a few songs that would end up on their third EP being added to the in-game radio. Along with one of the songs from their first EP, those being Witches, Orbit, and No Time to Explain. This was the turning point in the band, as in 2022, they had gained over 400,000 monthly listeners on Spotify alone, as well as having their song No Time to Explain being featured at the end of a Mr. Beast video, 100 adults versus 100 kids.
We're the adults!
In 2023, with the release of their third EP, Good Kid 3, they went on to their biggest tour so far, but this one was performing as the opener for Lovejoy. This was around the time when they started to release lore about the characters, but this wasn't really expanded upon until later. This EP also had two of the first few songs they had written together as a band, Madeline, which was mentioned earlier, and the other song is named Ground, a song about a duel in the Wild West.
I got some jelly beans. You like jelly beans?
Originally only on physical copies as a hidden track, but was then later released to streaming on its own, not technically a part of any other project. X-Ray Alpha Charlie, also known as Zira, is an animator from Winnipeg, Ontario. She gained popularity animating her OCs for social media, and she created a few short animations using two of Good Kid's songs on their third EP, First Rate Town and No Time to Explain. Both of the videos following her characters Ash and Z. And in April of 2023, she released a fan music video for Good Kid's song Mimi Delivery Service, and Good Kid liked it so much that they made it the official version, and she became the main animator for Good Kid's music videos. 2024 was one of the biggest years for Good Kid. They were nominated for Breakout Group of the Year at the Juno Awards, and during the weekend of the awards, I actually got to meet David and Jacob after the block party. They were really nice, and I hope I didn't scare them, but Jacob did give me his set list, which I have on a table in my room. A little bit after the awards, they released the fourth self-titled EP. Now, you might be thinking I'm joking with these EP names, but no, they're all self-titled EPs. This EP has their biggest song, which is a cover of Leve's From the Start. This song catapulted their popularity, which also brought audiences from non-Fortnite streamers like Ludwig from video games and Jack Manifold, bringing their monthly listeners from 400,000 to 2 million in only 3 years. The fourth EP has the songs Bubbly, From the Start, Summer, Break, Dance Class, and Premiere In, with the Premiere In and Summer music videos being animated by Zera, and the fourth EP launching their This Can't Be the End world tour named after their song Summer. In late 2024, they released an acoustic EP titled Acoustic Kid, this being the first project that wasn't titled Good Kid, although it's very similar. This EP had acoustic versions of their songs Down with the King, No Time to Explain, Madeline with the artist Lupe as a feature, First Rate Town, and Slingshot, with Slingshot being renamed to Epilogue and First Rate Town becoming Second Rate Town, and this acoustic EP launching their Chaos Kid tour with Phone Boy. In early 2025, almost a decade after the band's formation, they mostly focused on touring and a few merch releases like the limited edition Retro Rerun, which I did buy. But Jacob did win a big Valorant tournament with his team, Team Toast.
Trial around the 13-7. Team Toast coming out.
But other than that, not very eventful for early 2025. In late 2025, they really locked in, announcing 2 new songs after a full year of no new music, aside from demos on Twitch streams like the songs
It's Christmas, Winnebago. Winnebago!
I will sing for you. I will sing for you.
I'd like to stay for just a little more.
but they finally revealed the release of their song Wall on September 26th, and finally released it on October 10th. They had Zera animate the music video for Wall, and they also worked with Twitch streamers Lily Pichu, Ironmouse, CDogVA, as well as Damian Haas from Smosh. Yes, that Smosh. All voicing Good Kid characters in the trailers leading up to the Wall music video. Jacob and David also worked on a few different unrelated projects, including one with the La 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 guy participating in his 151 Pokemon cosplay event, with David and Jacob dressing up as Dodrio and giving us this amazing picture, as well as the two of them appearing as corn dog vendors in a live-action music video for the song Soda Pop. I don't know if you probably haven't heard of the song. I mean, it's pretty niche. The second song they released that year was Rift, dropping it on the 21st of November, and a few days after the release of Rift, they announced a new tour with the band Inoha, as well as their debut album Can We Hang Out, both sharing the same name. About a week later was the release of the music video for Rift, this one being live action, and it was directed by YouTuber and ex-Chuckle Sandwich co-hoster Ted Nifison, and is about a boxing match in the fictional city of Myoto, between Nick in a bear costume and someone in a gorilla costume. And the last big event in 2025 was Good Kid playing at the Streamer Awards, performing Wall and a currently unreleased song on the album called East Side. So far, it's seeming like a good year for Good Kid, with them getting a gold record for their cover of From the Start, but that's about it for the general history. There's a lot of smaller things I could talk about, like original demos or them robbing Vampire Weekend, but I don't think I have time for that. If I get the chance, I might make a video on the lore of the Good Kid universe, but that's a later thing. Now, as a wise man once said,
That's about it though. See ya.